Welcome back to the Banganator podcast, episode 23, Cowboys Offseason. We're talking mainly Cowboys Offseason with my good friend Nathan, fellow Cowboys fan, diehard.
Dallas Cowboys fans for life.
Yes, let's go. You know, I want people to be able to get to know you a little bit. So,
yes, sir.
How'd you become a Cowboys fan?
It just kind of naturally happened in my house. You know, my dad was a Cowboys fan, and I'm honestly pretty sure his dad was a Cowboys fan. So it just came natural, you know. Fell in love with the team as I got older, from a little wee sprout from playing football to ended up watching football, and I just knew I loved America's team the moment I saw him run onto the field with that big silver blue helmet and a star on the side of it, man, and it was just love instantly.
Who's your favorite Cowboys player?
I'm going to have to go Micah Parsons and CeeDee Lamb because, you know, I am a Sooners fan, and that boy CeeDee has been balling for a long time.
For real.
But yeah, man, Mike Parsons, he's currently my favorite Cowboys player. Dude is a beast. He just brings it every play. Mm-hmm. I've never seen someone so dominant, so young in the NFL.
Yep. Do you have any other favorite players in the NFL outside the Cowboys?
A lot of good players, man.
Yeah, that's true. Just like me and my wife, we both love Patty Mahomes.
I do. I was about to say Patty Mahomes is probably one of them. Texas boy. I also like Jalen Hurts. You know, another Sooner boy, and the guy is just. I think he's going to be a great quarterback for a long time, and I hate to say it because he plays for the Eagles.
Yep. Cry, Eagles, cry.
Yep, man.
Let's get into this Dallas Cowboys offseason news and what's happened so far, what's transpired so far in the Cowboys organization. Cowboys let go of Kellen Moore. Cowboys are expected to franchise tag Tony Pollard $10 million. Cowboys looking to extend Dak Prescott from Jerry Jones' own mouth. What you think about all that?
I think Kellen Moore is a brilliant offensive mind. I think he just stayed with the Cowboys a little bit too long. I feel like he should have left last offseason when he had the opportunity to be the head coach at Boise State. It would have been perfect. It was just a marriage that had ran its course way too long. I think his play calling became somewhat predictable, and I don't feel like he utilized all the weapons we had properly. You know, it took him until, this is Tony Pollard's third or fourth year?
Yeah, to learn how to utilize them properly.
And you saw the flashes his rookie year.
Yeah. What frustrated me about Kellen Moore was the fact that you could see the innovative ways, and he would do some stuff in the offense that, okay, I like that. Hey, do more of that. And then it would get predictable again. It's like, how many times are we going to go in this cycle? Yep. What about them franchise tagging Tony Pollard?
Depending on their draft moves, I think that's probably the best play. You know, I hate to say it, the shelf life of a running back is not that long in the NFL. Yep. And Tony Pollard's, 27, 28?
Something like that.
Yeah, you know, it's a little older for a running back, you know. We see with Zeke, he has a bunch of mileage on the body now, and it's a little rough, you know. And that's probably the roughest position on your body in the NFL. Yep. You're getting hit 25, 30 times a game, just lights out by some of the fastest and strongest individuals in the world.
Like you've been in 25 car wrecks every game. Yep.
And they don't even hit like they used to, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So, I'm also glad that they're sticking with them, but I think that they're franchise tagging him because I think he has an ankle injury, so they don't know whether to pay him long term or not. So we'll see. And what you think about the Cowboys extending Dak Prescott? Or looking to extend Dak Prescott?
I think, Dak is a good quarterback. I think when he's focused and precise, he's arguably a top 7, top 8 quarterback in the league. But, this last season was rough, very rough. You know, you can't miss 5 games and then lead the league in interceptions. Yeah. That's unacceptable.
Yeah.
Unacceptable.
Like I told everybody all season.
I think the Cowboys should do their due diligence and just maybe draft a quarterback in the 3rd, 4th round, just to pin maybe a development guy just in case, Dak does regress. It happens, years of wear and tear on your body.
And they've been looking at Max Duggan, Mike McCarthy and Jerry Jones. They've been saying, we're looking at Max Duggan, he looks good.
I like the Max Duggan story. I think it's awesome, and being a guy who lived in Fort Worth the majority of my life, I like seeing it. But I'm not sold on Duggan, honestly. I hope the Cowboys lean away from him, especially after watching that national championship and that Big 12 championship. Because heck, even the game versus Michigan, that TCU team just caught a lot of lucky breaks. Yeah, in my opinion,
a lot of good defensive plays.
Broke my heart to see Michigan lose.
Because I like Michigan too.
I go blue,
and I know that you are really a big expert on the NFL draft. I know that you like to look in the NFL draft, do mock drafts. So, what are your thoughts on who the Cowboys should draft? What they should be paying attention to?
I do like the draft. It's one of my favorite times of the year because I get to see these young men watch their dreams become a reality. First and foremost, I think if the Cowboys don't trade back and try to accumulate more picks, they should either take the best cornerback available or the best offensive lineman available in the first round. And I honestly want to say maybe the guy like Peter Sandoronsky's there, Anton Harrison out of Oklahoma. Being a big Sooners fan, I watched him all this season on a terrible Sooners team, and tough season. A guy like Joey Porter Jr. NFL bloodlines. His pops played for the Steelers for 12, 13 years. I can't remember, and dude is just a big physical cornerback, about 6'2", 210, 205, that range, and I feel like he'd be the perfect complement to Trayvon Diggs. In the second, third round, I'd like to see him maybe draft some defensive lineman, interior defensive lineman. I was telling you about a young man named Sika Ika from Baylor. Big, strong, nose guard, just typical. I like Odighizuwa. He is an amazing 3 technique, but I need somebody who's going to eat up the run and just stop. When a running back tries to get through that A gap, he's not going to be able to get through him because there's a big mountain of a man there ready to stop someone. Another guy I would like to see the Cowboys draft is a linebacker out of Clemson, actually. His name is Trenton Simpson. And he could be a first-round pick, or he could maybe be a second-round pick. He's a little lighter on the linebacker side. He's about 6'2", 225, 230. But, man, he is lightning in a bottle.
Man, hey, I could listen to you talk ball all the... Hella knowledgeable.
Yeah, man, I just love football. It's one of those things that make me tick.
Yeah, thanks for your expertise. I do think that the Cowboys in the draft need to address definitely offensive line, linebacker, defensive line, maybe a cornerback.
Hey, no maybe, man. I liked Ron Bland. A solid number 2, but you can never have enough people to cover.
Yeah, true. Awesome, man. Hey, thanks for your thoughts on the draft.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you letting me share my thoughts.
All right, now we talking them Dallas Mavs.
Man,
right now they 33-31. We know that Luka and Kyrie are now together.
They're both ball dominant guards. That's probably my only knock. But I do like that it gives Luka more opportunity to play off the ball.
That's true.
And shoot, because I feel like he's a great shooter off the ball as well.
And you don't have to worry about doing it by himself.
Yep, they just don't score enough points sometimes. It's
true.
And it just was all Luka,
True.
I think the addition of Kyrie Irving, depending on what they do this offseason, is the nice start to a Mavericks dynasty.
It can be.
It can exactly
if Kyrie stays.
Yep. You get Kyrie to stay 4 years. He'll probably be out of his prime by the time those 4 years are up. Like I said, Father Time's undefeated.
Yeah.
But that'll give Luka enough time to bring himself into what will probably be his prime basketball years.
Yeah.
And as long as I feel like if Luka gets there, he's not gonna lose. He can pick it up a little bit more defensively, but when you're carrying 40% of your offense, you're gonna be tired and take some defensive sets
when you're
off.
ball dominant. I was frustrated that they blew that 27 lead to the Lakers.
Oh, I watched that live, man. That was terrible.
Man, same here. I was excited. It was Sunday prime time.
Man, we were up on the Lakers, LeBron, Anthony Davis.
I was like, oh, we blowing them out 20 points, 22 points. And
all
then
of a sudden,
before you know it,
they crapped the bed.
Why y'all have such a crappy third quarter? How can y'all let them come back in the fourth quarter?
Played no defense.
Yeah.
Their paint defense disappeared.
Yeah, bro.
Perimeter defense was real shaky already. It's just
shaking my head. And Stephen A. Smith called it at halftime that oh no, it's not a done deal because
Yep, it sure
they're
did.
bad defensively. They didn't win the very next game, but they did redeem themselves. Their very last game against the Philadelphia 76ers.
Good squad, that got Joel Embiid, James Harden.
Exactly.
That boy Tyrese Maxey is balling too.
Yup.
I didn't get an opportunity to watch a game, but I did see that they won.
Yep.
So
and they both put up 40 points.
I
Luka
saw
and Kyrie.
that they did both put up 40 points.
History. Yup.
Yeah, first Mavericks teammates to do that.
Yup.
Big
Yup.
shout out to the both of them. Keep it going. I hope they carry us to a finals. I think we're a big man away from going to the finals. Kyrie is probably one of the most clutch shooters of all times.
Yeah.
I remember that series they beat the Golden State Warriors.
Oh
and
yeah,
had,
2016. Oh
yep,
my goodness.
Had
Yup.
no reason to win.
Yep.
No reason to come back like that. And Kyrie probably hits the most clutch shot I've ever seen.
Yep. Hopefully they make a push to playoff push. But
Tough
we'll
Western
see.
Conference, man.
We'll see, especially with KD joining the Suns.
I still think, let's be honest, the Suns are Luka's sons. Until
as of last year, yeah.
Until proven otherwise.
Exactly.
Until proven otherwise.
Man, I'm almost hoping that we play each other in the playoffs.
Same.
That would be badass.
I think so too. I definitely can tell that Luka has a strong dislike for that Suns
for
team.
sure, especially Devin Booker.
Oh, I was just about to bring that up. I'm glad you said that. Those two just hate each other, and you can see it every time they lace it up on the court too. And just a beautiful battle.
Yeah.
I hope to see that for many more years to come.
I hope so. All right, we talking Texas Longhorns football and OU football. Sadly,
Oh man,
he's a OU fan, a Sooners fan.
for life, man, for life.
Man, I cannot respect that. Hey, hook 'em.
Hey man, win, lose, or draw, I'm a Sooner fan for life.
Da, 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 da. OU sucks.
Hey man, it'll always be horns down. It was a rough season for the Sooners. I'll be the first to say it. Off season where you get its own name, the Great Oklahoma Exodus.
Yeah.
Terrible. And it's been 20 years since the Sooners had a losing season. It was expected.
That's true.
It was
And most of the time, y'all would dominate us in the Red River rivalry.
Yep.
So
Hey, it was bound to happen. It was bound to happen. It happens to every great team. But I'm really high on Brent Venables. I think he's going to do a great job. I think this team is going to be very well improved next season defensively and even offensively. I'm not too sold on Dylan Gabriel. I feel like he's a little too quick on the release. When you play at OU, you have to have that it factor. You got to be like Baker Mayfield. You got to be like Kyler Murray. You have to be like Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
And sadly, I don't think he has that it factor.
yeah.
They do have this true freshman kid coming in, Jackson Arnold. Dude played at Denton Geyer.
Okay, that's what's
A
up.
solid kid.
Hometown kid.
Yeah, just won Gatorade National Player of the Year. And I get a little bit of a Baker Mayfield vibe from this kid from the interviews I've heard. I think we'll be shocked and maybe see a OU Big 12 return to the Big 12 championship.
Okay.
Maybe versus Texas.
Let's see.
I'm real high on Texas,
Yeah. Quinn Ewers, he had a hell of a season. I think if he didn't get injured in that first game, or that second game, they would have won against
versus
Alabama.
Yeah, definitely. They had all the momentum.
For sure.
And it sucks because I feel like Alabama intentionally tried to hurt that young man, and that is not okay. That was a very late hit.
Yeah,
I remember watching.
That's true. That's true.
I'm a big fan of Quinn Ewers. The kid reminds me of a young Aaron Rodgers, and I don't throw that around lightly.
Yeah. We still have some great talent. Even though we lost Bijan Robinson and Roshan Johnson, the backup, we still have a great.
You'll have a 5-star coming in, the best running back in the nation, I believe.
And on top of that, we have a third stringer who played great the last game of the
He
season.
did, yeah, he did.
So I'm excited for that. I'm also excited for some of the receivers coming back. Jordan Whittington.
Yep, Whittington is a beast, man.
I'm brain farting right now, but number 8,
Worthy.
Worthy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Worthy,
lights
Worthy's
out,
so freaking
speedster.
good. Dominant X receiver.
Oh, hey, there's a lot of studs on that defense. So honestly, that offense is going to be special though, especially under Sarkisian.
Yeah. Now where it gets tricky is we know that Arch Manning is coming, nephew of Eli and Peyton Manning, and I think that what I think is going to happen is there's going to be a QB battle because Quinn Ewers has earned the right at least to have a QB battle, and then Arch Manning coming in, like he has big expectations based off first of all his name. And then how he played in high school. For the most part, he did play well in high school.
Lights out, you know.
His
but
highlights, yeah.
I'm not sold on Arch, you know. I think if he didn't have the last name, and first and foremost, I don't want to talk bad about an 18-year-old kid, you know. Very successful.
Yeah.
Very successful. Great ball player. I just think the last name helps a lot, you know. I think there are lots more talented kids in this upcoming cycle of kids coming into the college football stratosphere. With Arch, I just want to see it. You know, I want to see him tear that Manning name up. It's almost like having a giant monkey on your back, I could imagine, you know?
That's true. That's true. It's
That
a lot
must
to
be.
live up to. What do you think about Texas and OU moving to the SEC from the Big 12?
It's a love-hate reaction. It was definitely a money grab. They want the SEC money.
For
And
sure.
I don't blame them. But I don't know if they'll be ready to play big boy SEC football.
Same here.
I want to see those boosters spend their money, put their money where their mouth is, and get those top recruits to come there.
That's true. And I think Sark being in the SEC, I think he has what it takes to get recruits. But it's just going to be hard to edge out schools like Alabama.
Georgia.
Alabama, Georgia, LSU.
Yeah, LSU.
So,
Heck, even Florida.
That's
know?
true. That's true.
Like, man, look, think about it. Would you rather go play football in Oklahoma, the state, or in Florida, the state?
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
exactly.
I hope they don't become like how Nebraska became in the Big Ten.
Yeah, that's true.
Ooh.
But personally, for me, I don't like the move because we know how great Alabama is. All those storied schools, like we said, Georgia, Florida, Auburn. You know, they
LSU,
cycle through in there. LSU, yeah. I think that they should stay in the Big 12 because if you stay in the Big 12, okay, you're
running it.
Yeah,
You're running it
for sure. Like going forward.
But from a competitor standpoint, I can appreciate the move.
That's true.
Because if you want to be the best, you got to play with the best. Yeah. And we could be wrong, you know. They could go in there and they could use the big NIL money that they have and bring these top recruits in and become powerhouses. You know, that's what Georgia did. It took them a little bit to, get past that Nick Saban hump. The devil works hard, but Nick Saban works harder.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, that's true.
Scary.
Nick Saban worked hard to get them kids to go to his school.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Thank y'all for watching this episode of the Banganator podcast, especially with my guest Nathan.
A great show, and I see a great future happening with this stuff, bro. Just keep on keeping on, man.
Hey, appreciate it, man.
Of course, bro.
Thank you for coming on.
Oh, man, appreciate it.
All right, and I'll see y'all in the next episode, which now in the off season, I'm doing my episodes every 2 weeks now. One last thing. How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys?
Let's go.
The Banganator podcast is brought to you by Esley Banga, diehard fan of the Dallas Cowboys since 1997. How about them Cowboys?